This is Movietone. Lionel Gamlin reporting. All along the familiar route between the palace and the cathedral, Londoners and visitors to London were early in position on the day of the silver wedding procession. Typical scenes included little family groups. As always, the police horses came in for great admiration. There were many parents who rightly thought no child too young to cheer the royal family. The best people, by the way, don't eat their Union Jacks. The weather could not have been better, nor has any London crowd been keener to see and to cheer. For their Majesties themselves, it must have been the happiest of days, and they certainly showed their delight as they drove from Buckingham Palace with Princess Margaret. Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip, following in the second carriage, evoked another wave of cheering. The procession made a splendid spectacle. The carriages, the sovereign's escort of household cavalry in full-dress uniform, and the tens of thousands of people lining the streets all the way. At Temple Bar, the Windsor Greys were reined in. For here, conforming with ancient tradition, the Lord Mayor was to offer the pearl sword to His Majesty, a picturesque ceremony in token of the City of London's welcome. Outwardly, the drive to St. Paul's was like other drives along this route in recent years, but its significance created an atmosphere of especially personal affection towards our King and Queen. It was their day and we all wanted to share it with them. As their Majesties alighted, state trumpeters of the household cavalry sounded a fanfare in their honour. And now, while the King and Queen attend the service of Thanksgiving in the cathedral, memory goes back 25 years to the day when Lady Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon left her London home for her wedding to the Duke of York. Theirs was a love match, and I think the people of Britain have always known it. For those of us who remember their wedding day, these old pictures will help to recall the popularity of that royal romance a quarter of a century ago. Few could then have foretold the destiny that lay before the Duke of York and his Scottish bride. One thing is certain, the respect and affection which greeted them on that day has been increased and strengthened with the years that followed. Pictures taken on Coronation Day underline the pride which the people of Britain feel in the monarchy. Yet, of course, it's more than that, for transcending the pomp and magnificence of coronation, there is always the feeling of real kinship with the head of the family. While we watch the film of this historic day, we do well to remember the difficulties and dangers of this reign and the steadfast example that has been set throughout it by King George VI and Queen Elizabeth. The beauty and dignity of the age-old ritual in Westminster Abbey will never be forgotten. At the time, these historic scenes gave us all a deep sense of security. Yet that year was virtually the prelude to the storms of war that were soon to sweep across the whole world. Throughout the epic years that followed the coronation, the King and Queen personified the strength of our imperial family of nations by their unwavering example of duty well done. Such thoughts and memories are natural on this occasion of Thanksgiving. Today, in the precincts of St. Paul's, the crowds were waiting to renew their tribute as their Majesties and members of the royal family left after rededication to the service of their peoples. Cheers broke out afresh as they began the return drive. And there was a very special greeting from the people for Queen Mary, who was accompanied by the Earl of Athlone and the Princess Royal. A silver wedding day is, of course, a family affair. The Duchess of Kent was present with her children. The Duke and Duchess of Gloucester formed another family group. The Dominions and many other nations were represented in the congregation, which included the Prime Minister and members of the government. Britain's great war leader was there with his wife. This drive back to the palace was the heartening climax to the happiest of silver wedding days, and it is easily understandable that the King and Queen found it most moving. In the evening, Their Majesties set out again, this time on a long route, carefully chosen to take in as much of London as possible. Travelling slowly in an open car, they were cheered for mile after mile in a tour that lasted some 2 hours. It took them to the East End. This is East India Dock Road, and everywhere they received a heartfelt greeting from loyal subjects. Later, on their return, and with characteristic simplicity, the King and Queen spoke to the people about this great day.
It has been made the occasion of a worldwide expression of kindly goodwill towards us, which has greatly moved us. It has been an unforgettable experience to realize how many thousands of people there are in this world who wish to join in the thankfulness we feel for the 25 years of supremely happy married life which have been granted to us. I will now ask the Queen to speak to you.
I would like to add to the King's my own words of gratitude. I too am deeply thankful for our 25 years of happiness together, for the opportunities we have been given of service to our beloved country, and for the blessings of our home and children.